Good morning. In this video I will be making an intra-week update on what we've been getting in the markets so far and what I'm expecting moving forward for the rest of the week. So starting off with the dollar index, something I wanted to note is how we are now trading well above the weekly sell side imbalance and going down to a lower time frame, say a 4-hour time frame. We can see there that NFP highs have been taken, because I kept looking to see if we would sweep this liquidity or this liquidity. We stayed in the range for so long, for about 2 weeks, before we finally now break above the high of NFP. So that's buy side liquidity purged and closed above. Second thing I wanted to note is we have now completely we've completely closed or filled the daily sell side imbalance residing right there. I also wanted to note that even though I was bearish in these markets, even though I wanted to see sell side taken here and sell side taken there, there might be a possibility of us continuing higher, but I'm conflicted because of two things, which brings me to the next pair, if you would, which is USDJPY. For those that remember, this weekend I was projecting higher prices on the yen, and I wanted to see the all-time high, which is this buy side liquidity. I wanted to see this buy side liquidity swept or taken. And we can see that since the week started, we've been bullish and we've been respecting bullish PDRAs. So we got a total super shift in market structure. We got a respect of this inversion fair value gap right there. We dipped down into this daily inefficiency, this tiny fair value gap there, projected higher, came back to this daily order block, this daily bullish order block with a fair value gap, and now I'm pushing even higher more. So we've been bullish in the yen, and we've actually reached my first target, which was this swing high over there. We've reached it, and now my next target, of course, will be this swing high. But I don't consider these internal liquidities until we have swept the main buy side liquidity residing up here at the 151.94 levels. So first target has been met. The second target would be these relative equal highs, and then the last target would be the all-time high. So I am bullish on USDJPY, which would mean I would like to see bullish dollar, bullish DXY, but at the same time I'm also shifting to a bullish view on the pound, which is the next one. So pound, we had these perfectly equal lows residing here, and we can see how price came down and total swooped those lows. We literally swept them and rejected immediately, because when you check down on a lower time frame, you would notice how we swept the lows and rejected higher immediately, creating a market structure shift on basically every time frame, well, every intraday time frame. On the 90 minutes, we got a valid market structure shift. On a 1 hour, we got a valid market structure shift, and we dipped into this BC as an IO Fed. We also have a breaker there. Basically every time frame we got a valid shift in market structure. On a 4 hour, we basically just now created a 4-hour order block. There's a chance that when the news event comes out, we might trade down into this order block and push higher, or we might create a fair value gap that will trade into and push higher. In other words, I'm looking for bullish prices on GBPUSD, but that's now contradicting my bullish prices on USDJPY. So this is my dilemma right now. And what supports my bullish bias on the pound is the euro. So going to the euro on the daily chart, we have a sweeping liquidity again. Well, starting with the weekly chart, let's see. On the weekly chart, we can clearly see that we are bullish right now until or unless we take out this swing low on the weekly time frame. But right now we are bullish. You can see how the bodies of these candles are within this fair value gap, within this BC, and now we have traded down into this weekly order block. I'm looking to see if we'll get higher prices. Now I'm going down to the daily time frame. Let me remove this BC before it confuses people. Going down to the daily time frame, we can clearly see a liquidity sweep as well, similar to the pound. And we have a high time frame PDRA, which is a daily fair value gap in the form of a buy side imbalance. So that's a BC, a daily BC. And now we have this swing high, or these relative equal highs, as a possible target. So we have a sweeping liquidity into a high time frame PDRA, which would make me start confirming, looking to see if we would get a lower time frame shift in market structure. In other words, I would like to see, say, a closure above a swing high. So let's pick this swing high here, for example. The swing high, because the two candles to the left and right of it are lower. If we get a closure above the swing high, then we could possibly see higher prices on euro. What makes me even more confident in this is the fact that we were chopping around for 2 weeks, as we all know. So for 2 weeks straight, we kept on chopping around. So this, to me, started feeling like accumulation, and then anything inside of this area started feeling like manipulation. And then, of course, as we know from the rules of power 3, we should get some measure of distribution. So I'm looking to see if something like this could form: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So that shows you that I am partially bullish on euro, but of course I would like to see a lower time frame confirmation. On pound, we've already gotten the lower time frame confirmation we need. We've gotten multiple. You can clearly see that the pound is very strong compared to the euro right now. And yeah, I'm looking to see how far the pound pushes. Yeah, I'm curious to see how far the pound pushes, but I would like to see if we could get a 4-hour fair value gap for me to really confirm the bullish price, the bullish move on the pound. But again, I've already said that I'm conflicted because I'm also bullish on USDJPY, even though I should now be bearish. I do not know what to do about that, but I'm going to stick to my bias and see how things play out. Moving on to the NASDAQ, we all know that if you've been following me, you should know now that I've been bullish on the NASDAQ. I'm looking for higher prices. I'm looking for this buy side liquidity to be taken. Let me actually draw it out. The new buy side liquidity that we just created now. These are my targets: this buy side liquidity and that buy side liquidity are my targets on NASDAQ. And looking here, we can see the price retraced all the way back down, creating even more equal highs at this point, creating some quote-unquote strong resistance for retail-minded traders to sell NASDAQ. But on my end, I'm looking for a possibility of us purging these specific lows. The reason I'm looking at these lows is because this is not just any sell side. This is the previous day low. This is Tuesday's low. And this is not any sell side as well. This is the previous week low, I believe. I'm not sure if it is. Yeah, it is, because this is Tuesday. And this is, yeah, it is. I believe we had a holiday there at that point, but this is the low. This is a critical low basically. I would like to see if there's a chance we would be able to sweep these lows before moving to the buy side liquidity, or these ones before moving to the buy side liquidity. So I'm looking to see when the markets open and how we trade to those lows, if we do trade to them. So right now we can obviously see that we are rejecting off of a 4-hour fair value gap, a 4-hour CB. If this BC is disrespected, in other words, if this BC becomes an inversion, this might be an opportunity to sell the NASDAQ like this, like so. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well. Set an alert for when we close below, because this is a 4-hour PD array, so I'm looking for a 15-minute entry. Anyway, that's all I have on the NASDAQ. I'm looking for higher prices, but as we know, I'm always going to look for a lower time frame confirmation and entry to take it back up. For now, stay safe, good luck and good trading.